Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I know it's been a hot minute since I last recorded, and of course the dog, like always, is going to go off. Let me tell you why it's been such a long time. Right now, this whole table has been filled up with paint supplies, paint brushes, lacquers, clear coats, and so I can't get access to my bike to tear it down, to move the engine, the transmission, the frame around at the time being, rebox a bunch of stuff. That's why the chopper's on hold for now. Because by the end of this episode, we're going to have this place cleaned up, which is going to take me a few days because I gotta paint this son bitch for my grandfather. You can see we got just a hint of marbling effect. It's just a little patch of clear coat I put on just for demonstrational purposes right here. That looks alright. But unfortunately, due to lack of instruction reading, the candy we used, well, my grandfather was using, is this stuff. Candy 2 this is the emerald green. Unfortunately, he did not mix it with the right carrier agent, which is 4050. He was using some other witchcraft brew, and it did not come out looking good. He tried for weeks now. Like I said, it's been a while since the last upload because of this mess we had to deal with. But again, this fairing just did not turn out the way he liked it. How I didn't like it either. And if he's gonna be riding around this summer, I wanted to ride around on a fairing that he would like. So I told him I would take care of it. I didn't tell him I'm gonna start from scratch for him. So if you watch this video, love you, Grandpa, and hope you actually enjoy the finished result. So we're gonna get sandpaper, get this thing right down to plastic, recoat some primer, some gloss black, silver marble, green candy, clear coat, and bolt it back on the trike. So stay tuned, enjoy, and this is actually going to be a great time for me to get some experience on actually painting my chopper when that time comes. Because the frame will be gone, a bunch of other parts will be in boxes. It'll just be the tank, computer box, fender. Paint that son bitch up, and we can get this chopper on the road for the first time. So thank you guys for watching. Stay tuned and enjoy. Oh, and P.S. Did you hit up my check out my shh. Check out my merch link down in the description. Support the channel, y'all. Thank you. Okay, so also your first step before you do, like, obviously there's some people who can just grab a can of primer, grab a can of paint, and just go right over everything. What I want to do is go straight down to the plastic itself. So when I lay that primer down, do 2 to 3 coats, I can sand it smooth so I had a nice even surface area for my paint to build up on. Because if you have, say you put a grain of sand right there, after a couple coats, that grain spot is going to rise and rise and rise and rise, and that's going to be just a bitch to sand out. That's one of the reasons why he had my grandpa do this so many times. So I want to do this job right for him. We're going to get this thing right down, and we're going to head straight to wet and dry 400 grit sandpaper. Got a nice cookie tin full of water, which has rust in it. Clean this out. When I get back, get you on time lapse, get some music for you, got my music for me. See how fast we can get this thing down to the bare plastic, okay? Course. Okay. So we sand it all down. We hit it with some good old degreaser. Funny fumes. I ended up having to go down to 180 grit just so I can really scuff away and actually smooth out any imperfections on the fairing here. Get you guys a little more in shot here. Yeah. So we're at a good foundation level for me to start applying some primer and then the gloss black. And then from there, we can do the marbleizing effect, candy, clear coat. So, like I said, I'm just going to let all this degreaser do its magic. Probably turn on the fan. But we're going to let it do its thing. I'm going to run inside, grab myself some dinner. And by the time I'm done, we should be ready to start applying some primer. Alright, be back with you guys in a second. Alright guys, so we're going to get ready to lay our primer down. I know some people are going to be upset the fact that I'm using an aerosol can, but realistically the biggest difference in my opinion between aerosol and a spray gun is spray guns you can reuse and you can mix your own specific paints. I'm just using a silver primer to get myself started. And I think we can also all agree that when you're laying down your primer, it should be a parallel opposite color of what your base color is going to be. So we're going to start with silver. Going to hit it with some nice shiny gloss black once I do a couple layers of this. Sand it down with some 1000 once it gets dried. Yeah, shake it up nice and good. Alright, so give ourselves a little. Okay, make sure you know where to spray this son of a bitch. And that's why you want to figure out which way you're spraying. Red forwards. Okay. Anything with a lot of paper towel on hand. Alright, so let's get started. You know the deal, it's goddamn spray paint. Alright y'all, so we got some couple coats going on right here. Hope you can hear me over the fan. So we're going to go back to the old reliable 800 grit, and we're just going to give it a nice gentle scuffing at the surface. Make sure there's any kind of debris or dust in the air. Make sure that gets all washed away. Now I'm just going to use basically just a little bit of pressure from my fingers the way of the sponge. Mostly just kind of scuff up the surface, and like I said, clean up any kind of debris. Yeah, I can feel there. So we're gonna do this once or twice. Yeah, see? Okay. There's a few wee little spots I gotta go all over again. I'm probably actually gonna end up going through that whole can of primer. Yeah, I'd rather go through all that and then go through 3 cans of black paint. Just to try to fill out what I could have done this stage. We make this area nice and pretty smooth, silky smooth. The rest of the job will be fucking kosher, buddy. Base layer on. Alrighty then. It's midnight, so I'm going to be a little quiet for you guys right now. But right now, fine finish with the primer, did a quick sanding. Now we're on to the base black. Alright guys, we're back, and like I said, we got a couple good gloss layers of black on there, and now I'm going to show you the general trick. Now this is a one of those wraps you have for your salads, but you can see all that wrinkling in there is going to help create a nice marbling effect. And what I like to do, I just kind of scrunch it up to palm size, make sure you get that thick size on the bottom. That will leave a really thick line. You want some fine lines in there. And I'm just going to use some gloss aluminum, spray into the bag, make it nice and light, and just quick gentle dabs. Now anywhere like we see right there where I hit it a little too hard, you can hit it again multiple times and help kind of lift up some of that silver. But this will help kind of give it a more organic look. So just nice, light, quick slaps almost, like little head taps. And you don't want to start mixing it up like right down the middle and work your way out. It just almost in rows. Give me some space, some negative and some positive spaces. For instance, right here to here. I'm going to have to fill in that, but if I can just work around it, it'll be less dabbing I'll have to do. There we go. Work your way down to the sides. And it's going to be rinse, wash, repeat until you get the general thickness of the marbling. Now I don't want to have it too thick, mostly for the reason because when I apply the candy, I still want some darkness. So what it means is that in a darker environment versus outside, it's going to look mostly black until you hit it with the sunlight or with a headlight, shop light, and then that candy is going to really pop out that marbling. So once I get this all finished up, I'll get back to you guys and we'll get ready to start mixing up some candy. And also another thing I like to show you while spraying the marbling, I like to keep it about 10 inches away, just so the hold on, let me get my seat back up. So it's not too concentrated in one area. Few little sprays like that. And it goes quite a far ways. And sneak up on in here. Okay, so finally it is time to start mixing up the candy. And we're going to use a small airbrush. We already got the air compressor all filled. Like I said earlier, we're going to be using the Cretex Candy 2.0 Emerald Green with the 4050 gloss. Now this is the necessary carrier agent for this, so that way it won't run like oil on water. Okay, so it's going to have a nice adhesion. I also did a quick wipe down of the fairing with some 800 grit just to make sure there's some surface area to bond onto. So what this general ratio is for anywhere between 6 to 8, depending on how thick or thin you need the candy to be, to 1 part candy. So yeah, okay, we got our 6-to-1 ratio mixed cup right here. So we just gotta fill it up. But I'm also gonna take my time a little bit, so that way it's reusable, or at least easier to pour. Gonna make a little vent hole, and then a drain hole. There we go. Wipe that off. Toss that in there. So let's start mixing. So like I said, we're going to go with a 6-to-1 ratio. 7 line. So you see here we got 777, 666. That's generally for the quantity you're dealing with. So I line up with the 7. I'm going to either add enough candy to bring that line up to the next 7. So that's 5 parts here and we're gonna add 1 part to that candy. Squeeze it out. All right. And just like that, we should have more than enough to finish up that bearing. So we're gonna mix it up for about good, usually says about 10 minutes to really stir in. You wanna make sure you get all in the corners. So once it's stirred, I'll load it up in the gun and we'll get ready to start spraying. Okay, y'all, so I just finished spraying up some the candy. I didn't really get the same depth. I'll show you just a second when I finish cleaning this out. I didn't get the necessary depth that I wanted, so what I ended up having to do was adding just a couple of drops of candy black right into the mixture itself, and that was able to get me the desired depth. Like, I'll show you in a second. But right now, as you probably saw, I started the video off using this gun. I did not have the thing set properly, nor was it cleaned properly since the last time it was used, so that's probably on me. So I'm gonna take my time, clean everything out, use a whole lot of paint thinner, pour that right in there. There we go. So when we apply some clear coat over it and really bring out that shine, get a little bit more, clean up the cap there. There we go. And I just want to say, this isn't necessarily a how-to video, obviously. This is just, I'm trying to get some more content back out there, get myself back in the game. The chopper project is, as I was saying before I got interrupted, the chopper project is coming along. Right now, like I said, I just had to finish up my grandfather's fairing there, and it's looking a lot better. Let me turn the light on. Yeah, I got myself a new attachment to this son bitch, and now you can see how ugly I am in 720. But yeah, if you see with the light on, we have a nice deep, change some settings here. There we go. Yeah, that's a little better. Has a nice deep candy marble all the way around it. And like I said, this was a little bit brighter before, but adding a few drops of that black candy kind of give it a little bit more depth into it. And it's gonna look so much better tomorrow once I apply the clear coat on it. So I hope you guys have been staying tuned and enjoying, and I'll see y'all tomorrow. And we're gonna start applying some clear coat on this SOB. Okay, alrighty then. Damn it. Alrighty then, so it is time to make up our clear coat. Put up again. All that stuff. Oh boy. Ow! Should have cleaned up that seal a little bit better. Oh well. Time to make some clear coat. Chop line. This is a 4-to-1 mix. There we go. little TIG welding rod to help stir it up. Okay, so we just added our 7th layer of clear coat. Sorry for the lighting. 7th layer of clear coat, and that should be enough layers stacked up enough on top of each other that you can cut and buff your way through. And then if you need to, add a very thin layer of clear coat. But overall, ready? There she goes. And that's what she looks like now. Bit of a poison green other than a emerald green, but it still looks nice. Still looks nice and gorgeous. Try getting the light situated here. There we go. Tilt it a little bit. There we go. Lock it down. There we go. Look at that. Just a look at that. Nice and smooth. Turn it off. So I just want to thank you everyone who's been watching the channel so far, who's been subscribing, and again, want to help out the channel, check out the merch shop down below. Very good stuff right here, very excellent to ride in. So that's basically it. I know it's not an official painting channel, but it's also going to be excellent practice for me when I build it, when I paint my bike. So thank you guys for watching. Stay tuned. There are episodes coming up from the chopper coming up after this. I promise you, because once we get this cleared out the way, we have room to tear down the chopper. So like, comment, subscribe, and share the videos. Get the name out there, Hard Knock Moto, and enjoy. Take care.